Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. You know, I recently beat up 2 vampires. Now I'm being charged with assault on 2 counts. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Omega Mart. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is not a game, but it kind of is, but it's more of an experience. Or is it? Yes, it is. Okay, a few weeks ago, I was in Las Vegas visiting family. And my wife and her daughters wanted to go and visit something called Omega Mart that I had never heard of. This is located at a place called Area 15 in just off the strip in Las Vegas, not too far from the strip, on the other side of the freeway. And we went there, and there's a lot of different kind of arts and entertainment stuff that looked pretty cool. But we went to this place called Omega Mart. Now, what you do here is you buy your ticket, which is not inexpensive, and you go inside a supermarket. And it looks just like a regular small supermarket. But as you look closer at a lot of the products, they're weird. They have weird names. They do weird things. And it's just a little off. There are things that are a little off. And there's advertisements playing for the company that runs Omega Mart, which is just a little off. A little culty, it feels like. So you're moving around and you're looking at all these kind of weird products, many of which you can purchase, by the way. And you're just kind of laughing at how absurd this is. But then at the back of the Omega Mart, there are several secret passages. There's some that's through a kind of a drink cooler. There's kind of a seasonal thing with a tent out there. You can crawl through the tent. You can go behind the butcher shop. There's all these different little secret passages. And you go into the back into this crazy world. And I'm really not going to show you too much of what's behind the curtain, so to speak, because there's a lot of really weird and interesting rooms that you can visit, that you can interact with. And it's kind of interesting. There are telephones everywhere, and you can call numbers and hear weird messages. Now, there are different tiers and different packages that you can pay here. We just bought the basic thing to go in and look around, but you can actually play it like it's an escape room or something like that, where you can go inside and actually solve mysteries and what have you. But as you're going into these different rooms, there's almost a Lovecraftian feel to what's going on here. Like I say, everything centers around this company that feels like it's a cult. And also, too, I recently watched Severance on Apple TV. It really felt like that TV show. It really felt like what was going on in Severance was happening around us there at that experience. So I'm not, like I say, I don't want to spoil anything for what you see behind the curtain here. But it was an experience. It was really interesting. The closest thing I think I could compare it to would be like a haunted house that you go to in Halloween. Only this isn't really scary so much as it is just weird. But there's a lot of fun little activities, and I think particularly young people, people younger than I am, will really get a kick out of it. Now, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but I didn't grok it the way my wife's daughters did. And I don't think my wife quite grokked it that way either. It was fun. I'm very glad I did it. I don't know that it's something I need to go to again, but I would say if you're looking for an unusual experience for you or your family, this might be something you want to check out, but you are going to pay for it. Thank you for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us here on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, on X. We really love to hear what you have to say. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I would humbly ask you to subscribe to The Discriminating Gamer and like this video. If you really do like what you see on this channel, I would humbly ask you to click on our other channel, my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where I talk about history, books on history, fun things like that. I even post some of my lectures up there. Please, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to that channel as well. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do really enjoy this channel, I would humbly ask you to click on the super thanks button and leave a tip. Speaking of cults, did you hear about that cult for the visually impaired? They follow their leader blindly.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band. God knows that I love the fun.
Join the Superhero Registration Act. Never! Don't do drugs.